Hello, everybody. Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Bad Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. They disappeared me. I guess 2 times was the max. I am here, though. How is everyone doing today? A little pullback in Tesla. But before we get to that, if you're new here, please do consider subscribing, ringing the bell, and hitting the like button. Hello, Dave. Glad to have you. So, little thumbnail. Is Elon done selling yet? Well, we don't know. We don't know until the Form 4. And even if the Form 4 comes out, it's all speculation that he's going to exercise the last option tranche and sell. He could always sell more still after that. But, that's the way it is. Yep, it's snowy in Chicago today, Jake. It is, and I can't stand the snow. Why do people think they're selling? Let's just get to that shorter term chart. Okay, let me get to everything set up here. Got some decent momentum off the open. Can see we could not get quite to that 1120.05 cluster, and when we can't get there a couple times, it's not good. But this was momentum bars. But we also had selling in the NASDAQ and S&P right off the open too. That's why it's hard to say if this was Elon selling, and we had the Tesla upgrade to 1400. I forgot who did that. It really doesn't matter to me. But so that could have offset some of this if Elon was selling. So who knows? We're going to have to wait for that Form 4 to get filed and then just speculate. The only way you're going to know is pretty much if this week runs out and there is no more selling pressure after we get confirmation that Elon, if he was selling today, was selling. That's the only way you're going to definitively know. And even that, it could extend partially in the next year. But if you don't see selling anymore, it's the longer no more Elon selling goes on, the more likelihood it is over. But if anybody says they definitively know, unless they talk to Elon, they don't. So, by the way, here we had these key levels from yesterday. When we made this new high this morning, update to that high. So it went from a forward box to a reverse box. All it did was make it 1079.75, and you had this little prior support area. Coming back down, little momentum up. The only thing I was watching for, and this was just a not good day to trade. This was a good day to sit on your hands because once we did not get any follow through here, the only thing was a close above the 5-minute rotation zone. But then it was just a choppy mess the rest of the day. So these kinds of days are best if you don't have any great signals. There was no great bottoming pattern here. I was watching for it to roll back over and break down below this 1078 level. Then I was going to target 1073 and 1068. It just never broke down, so there was nothing to do. There was just nothing to do based off of that. Never got above, besides a brief minute above that bullish line in the sand today. I now needed to get, oops, wrong line. Which, there, is that the line? Yeah. I needed to get back above, I'm going to make this a little lighter color green too. There we go. I needed to get back above 1099 at least, so we could even go to 1100 before I'm at least in bullish mode tomorrow. We did get that gap up I was watching for today, and it just immediately filled. I mean, that was the first thing, but we didn't even get enough pausing bar to really take much action off of that because it was too tight with reward to risk. Other than that, just let's reset some of these levels now. We already know 1020, which we've come up to as key, but we have a pausing bar in all the time frames except the daily. I went into on the market overview what a pausing bar was. Wavy asked that question. I went a little more in depth into that. But this was definitely a pausing bar on the 4 hour, so we can update some key levels right there. I'll still be watching this 1020, even though I'll update the levels tomorrow. So if we get above this 1100 area, then I'm going to be watching for first about, let me get down to a shorter term chart. First, I'm going to be watching about 1110. and then I'll just target roughly 1120, minors 1126, 1134, majors coming in around 1148, and then 1151 area. So on a strong rally, I'll be up around there. Lots of resistance up here about this 1151, 1153 area. To the downside, I'm just keeping an eye on today's low. We break below today's low. I'm still using that same targets from before. 1073. Let me get to a 1 hour because it's already closing in the 1 hour rotation zone, but that's flattening out. But you start breaking below 1078, 1073.35 with the rising 1 hour rotation zone. We get below there. Then I'm at this 1068. We have the gap fill, and then we have the 25% retracement harmonic with the 4 hour rotation zone. So 1060s, very, very key on a sell off. And you do have to still watch. We don't know if this was Elon selling yet, and we still have to watch for potential momentum bars. We had a little rollover in the NASDAQ today and a pause. And yes, it was a slower day. There was not much to do. Your major support coming in on the daily is all the way back at about 1031. So now daily is technically in bullish mode. Again, it's been in neutral. Now it's technically in bullish mode. Weekly is still in bullish mode. You can see the strong rotation back up. And it's just taking that pause. So allowing us to update the levels. So that's my rough game plan. Below 1078, bearish mode tomorrow, especially if we get momentum bars. I'm watching for those key levels I just listed. 1100 is my line in the sand for bullish mode, 1099, 1100. We get above there, and it can hold. And I talked about that also in market overview, how I look for a breakout of a level and then that level to hold. Then I will watch for that 1110 area, then 1120, then the areas I listed off. Other than that, there's not much going on. What's interesting is even if this pushes up tomorrow, we're going to have first of a divergence setting up probably on the 4 hour. Daily chart is just barely got to that overbought condition yesterday, right near there, and then just pausing. So I think it's just going to be assessing again. Going to watch the first few bars and see if we get selling pressure or if we get back above 1100. It's hard. It was hard to get over today. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet unless I see any other questions. We still have this declining trend line, which also helped. Let me take off. Oh, I can't take off all. Let me see if I can do some. See, that goes away. What if I do hide indicators? I wish there was a way that I could hide some of these other things, but this is the defining point for this line is here, and it's still holding resistance. So this declining trend line is very key, but you get back above this 1120, you'll be breaking through, and if we close above that trend line, then I'll really be watching for this 1150 to eventually 1162 area. I think that's all I have to say. I think that's all I have to say. So I'm not seeing any questions, not seeing anything going up. No, I already did that between live streams. I already shoveled the driveway. So I don't. Where are you? Where are you, Wavy? So I took care of the driveway. Now I got to take care of the dogs. Yeah, you get to go back home, Jake. All right. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for being here. Just if there's nothing to trade, if it's a dull, boring day, don't force things. Oh, Wavy, you're from Toronto. That's where I was born, Wavy. I was born in Toronto. So, and I still have relatives up in Toronto. Great city. Love Toronto. Yep. No, no snow in Bogota. Well, that's a good thing. See everyone tomorrow, and you're ready. That's right. Sit on hands. We're going to keep this short and sweet, and we'll talk to everyone later. Bye.